Good evening, Pipe family and YouTube family, friends. Behold, it is I, coming to you from the garage. How was everyone's day? Day good? Hope so. This may be short. This may be long. We'll see what happens. So this evening, after supper, I indulged in some Karmelichen. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a Bavarian beer. It was a Kolster Dunkel. Kind of an amber color. Real good. Real good. Malty. Good stuff. It's a monastery brew that goes back like over 600 years. Like 1300 something or another. Good stuff though. Not very many places you can get it here in America, supposedly. And I got it at our local beverage store that specializes in adult beverages. I picked up 2 bottles. They were pretty cheap. It was really good stuff. So Karmelichen Kolster Dunkel. They've got a Feast beer, which is their Oktoberfest brew, or their Harvest brew, they call it. I heard that's supposed to be really good. That's probably one of the better Oktoberfest beers out there. Then they've got a Doppelbock, a Bock, bunch of stuff. Good stuff though. Anywho, I was going to smoke the Tensky tonight, but when I was reorganizing my pipes and kind of going through everything, seeing what I had, I kind of sectioned off my English pipes, converted some pipes that I had converted earlier back to Englishes or non-aromatics. So I kept the Tensky an aromatic, and I kept the Loraka an aromatic. I took the Greybo Grand Duke and put that back to an English. And then that No Name Chinese Bent, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And I actually took the Italian Belmont, which I originally had set aside for really strong Englishes. I converted that to aromatic a while back. I believe I did. Then I converted it back to English. Cleaned them all out tonight, scraped them, gave them the old Jameson treatment. So now I've got 1 corn cob, my cheap bent. No, it's not really a bent. It's the stem that's bent. What happened to my tunes? Sorry, they're music lovers. My tunes went off. This is a Spotify. It's supposed to be an Irish Celtic music playlist. But unfortunately, the Celtic women make it on there quite a bit. Just not a humongous fan of Celtic women. I mean, they sing good, but not my cup of tea. Anywho, so I had 1 corn cob, the one with the bent stem, that's set aside for aromatics and tasting. And then I have the one, my high dollar corn cob that I got from that bougie pastor guy. That actually came in this package, this high dollar packaging here. I have that for Englishes, So I have one corn cob for aromatic, one for English. I got that set aside in a different cloth zip bag with a couple bags of tobacco. And then I got a different bag for my English pipes, and then my everyday bag for my aromatic stuff. So I was going to smoke the Tensky, but I decided to break out the Laraca. And as I'm looking at this thing, I know Chris called it his Bjorn pipe. And I don't want to give this thing an identity complex, but I think I might consider this my hog leg. I'm a huge John Wayne fan. Love the movie McClintock. Love the movie True Grit. Both of them. They're the original and the remake. Yeah, Rooster Cogburn. And basically anything he did from like the late 40s on through the 60s. Maybe the 50s through the 60s, almost into the 70s. It was just great stuff. But one of my favorite parts of McClintock is where he's gathering everybody together and he tells his assistant, "Get that hog leg." And the guy pulls out this huge pestle monster barrel on it. And he's, "Y'all, listen here." So I pulled this thing out tonight, and I was looking at it, and I thought, my Lord, this thing is just such a beefy pipe. And so I think I'm going to call this my hog leg pipe. That'll be its name. So, that's what's kind of going on. How you guys doing? Let me load this up with some Central Park Stroll. Haven't had that in a little while. Got me a nice chunk of chocolate here to indulge on. If this is your first time watching or finding me, thanks for stopping by. If not, thanks for coming back. Beard's coming back in. Of course, it's going to take a while. The old beard I grew from October to about a week ago. Took a while, but it was a beautiful journey, and I'll certainly make it again. It's going to be fun having it back. My wife kind of realized that she also missed the beard. Point Brian. So, if you guys are up on it, Pipe Passer posted some new videos today telling this story about tri-tip and balloons with rabbit heads in them, and the balloon strings getting stuck in his zipper. I was rolling, and you said top that, and I told you in the comments I got nothing. Personally, I got nothing on that story, but my youth pastor back in Michigan was wearing some light material pants one day at church, and he was giving a monologue in front of the whole church, and this was like a 10 or 15 minute monologue, basically telling a story. He was, I don't know why I know this, besides we were very close. He was rolling commando that day, and in front of 150 to 200 people, his fly was down. Nobody told him till the end. Thankfully, nothing bad happened, or nothing exciting, I should say. But that was pretty bad. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves. Figure out what happened to my tunes. I think we might just go to the radio here. Well, I guess that program just stopped playing. No worries. Alrighty. Charlite. There you are. You might have seen that got my finger. So, let's cut this one. That one got me. Let's cut this video. Let's fire up a new one.